What up, players? WarbossTae back up in his mug, showing you another update video. Some of you might have already seen this on the Google group, WarbossTae's 2015 Painting Community, but I wanted to show it to you live in a video. It is the Chaos Exalted Lord on a custom 40mm square forest base. Now, I'm really kicking myself because I can't remember where what the company was that I bought this from. My local community gaming store was selling a bunch of these resin bases from Cybor and Secret Weapon Miniatures and some other companies. They were selling them for like clearance, like half off, and the client requested that his characters be on forest bases. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to take advantage of the sale and also get a really cool looking forest base. So as you can see, the model is posed up on this like fallen tree, and I decided that the best way to do it, because if you remember, the model was standing on a rock, so I had to cut off the rock and shave it away. And when I was thinking how to pose him, I thought, okay, maybe I could pose him with his front leg on this log, or the back leg resting on this one and the front over here. But I thought if I do any other configuration, the way that the tree is kind of shaped, you lose the detail of the cloak, or the colors there. So what I decided to do was put him kind of at the front of this log, looking forward and down. And I think that is the best way to do it. So the way I did it was I drilled 2 holes into his bottom of his boots, and then I drilled 2 corresponding holes into the fallen tree. And the great thing about it was that you can see it's modeled so that the outer bark is kind of chipped and shaved away, and that really works out great for me as a modeler, because it means that when I drill the pin, or when I stick the pin in after drilling the holes into the trunks, and I stick the pin into the boots and I slot them in, there's a little bit of space there between the boot and the inner bark for the super glue. And if you want, you could even put some liquid green stuff to set it there in place. It really works out great. If I was having to glue right onto some outer bark, then that might have been a little bit harder because there's less surface area. It would just be the curve of the tree where I would have to glue them into. So that might not have worked as well. It's perfectly placed right now as it is. So I hope you like it. It's the same Chaos Exalted Lord that I did a tutorial from way back when. And stay tuned, because another of the models in the commission that I'm working on next is this guy. It's Crom the Conqueror, and you can kind of see he even looks very, very similar to the Chaos Exalted Lord. Crom was done first, though, for the Storm of Chaos I guess campaign that Games Workshop did. I'm going to be trying to paint him up in his original Games Workshop color scheme, which, if you look for that online, is a very like brassy gold, like sassy woman gold, and a black shield with some I guess fiery designs on it. That should be easy enough to do. He's standing on a Night Panther's head, but I'm going to be actually putting him on this large resin base, which is another of the bases that I got at the clearance sale. I'm going to be painting it up to match the forest base, and it's going to look really, really cool, like rocks bursting out of the ground to create this chaos symbol, chains coming out, and just coming out of the foliage. Another thing that I might do, because I've got it, is it's sculpted so well. The base is sculpted so well, the moss and the overgrown lichen and stuff, but what I might do is actually take some flocking and put that over, so it creates a very realistic texture, realistic grass-like texture. And even though I could just leave it as is, I think that might do a little bit more to make the base look a little bit more organic. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Stay tuned for a tutorial on how to paint Crom the Conqueror if you have one of him in your collection, you'd like to paint him, or if you just like to follow along and see how I do it. I think I just noticed that the pin for his right foot is created a hole there, so I'm going to cover that up with liquid green stuff, but that I just noticed that now. That is no problem. I can do that and cover that hole really, really nicely, paint over it so it matches the rest of the boot. And thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this little update video. See you on the next one.